Since I have all your attention. Yo, what's up, Izzy? Welcome back. Why I was gone? I was sleeping in that bed over there, right? I fell asleep at 6 a.m., okay? So at 7 a.m., I was asleep for like 1 hour, right? So I heard banging in front of my gate at 7 a.m. So I was like triggered, right? I was like, who the fuck is banging at my gate at 7 a.m.? I kind of ignored it like for a good like 2 minutes. And then they start shouting my name. So I was like, holy crap, right? Like, what's going on? So like I woke up, like I didn't even put a shirt on, like I just put my mask on. Maybe it's like delivery, right? So I went outside like to my living room, and my neighbor was like screaming my name. They were like, so my neighbor was like, your mom fainted. I was like, holy shit, right? Like at first I was just like, like I was more worried about why she fainted. Like I didn't think it was like such a big deal, right? Yeah. So she told me my mom fainted. So in my head I was like, why did she faint, right? Not more like why did she faint, but not if she was okay or not, because like I thought like it was like a gentle fall, and like she was supposed to hang out with my aunt, right, in the morning. She walks with my aunt every morning. So she fell on the floor. So I rushed, like I wore my shirt, I put my slippers on, I grabbed my keys, like I didn't even grab my phone, right? So I just like I ran out, like I was just like, okay. Then when I got to the scene, there were like freaking like 10 people like surrounding my mom, and like my mom was just like on the floor, like like facing up, like back against the ground, and she and like guys, like this scene, the next 30 minutes of this event was what got me like super traumatized for like a good portion of the month I was gone, because like she was on the floor, and okay, imagine like your loved one on the floor, and like next to their head. All right, let me visualize this, okay? Imagine I'm on the floor, right? And here, this area here is a pool of blood, right? Like, you have no idea. Like, 1 hour of sleep, me rushing out in my shorts, slippers, and shirt, like, seeing my mom from a distance, like, fucking bleeding out. That was like, holy shit, man. Like, I was like, I was like, oh my fucking god. Like, there's not, I don't know. I don't know how to explain how I felt in words, but I think like probably shocked. So I went out. My aunt was like holding her head, not holding her head, but more like just next to her. I So the first thing I asked like was, is she conscious, right? And then she was conscious. So I went. I mean, to be honest, I don't want you guys to imagine this, but like if you wanna entertain yourselves on like how I felt. Hannah, welcome back to the stream. So I held my mom's head, like I didn't want her, like I was basically covering my mom's face here, so she doesn't, because she kept looking at the pool of blood, right? Her own pool of blood. So she was just like, and she, okay, imagine for like 40 to 50 minutes. Yeah, that's how fucking long it took for an ambulance to get there, by the way. It took like almost an hour. Like, I was like boiling. And some cars actually had like the audacity to like U-turn, like they pass the scene, they slow down, and they fucking U-turn, and they like literally like just stare at the scene. You know how fucked up that is? Yeah. Like my blood was freaking boiling. Like, cause oh my god, man, like have some respect, right? Like fucking imagine you're in this position where like your mom's like fucking injured as shit and like fucking cars are just being nosy, dude. Oh my god. I was so angry. Anyways, so for those like for almost an hour, my mom would ask me the same questions over and over and over and over again. Like, oh my god. Like it's like I don't I was like going insane, you know what I mean? Cause like she would ask me like, why does it hurt so much? Okay, these are the questions she would ask me. What happened? Why does it hurt so much? And where am I? The three questions she would ask over and over and over again for almost an hour. Like, holy crap. Like how I felt like the blood, the flies, dude. Fuck, it's so fucking grim, man. Like the flies were just hovering around, man. It was such a disaster. Oh my god. So these three like questions, and I'm just like, fuck, like, well, oh my god, like I was just like, fuck, is this gonna be like a permanent thing? Like, cause this is like severe memory loss. Like literally 10 seconds after asking those three questions, she would just ask it over and over and over again. Anyways, the ambulance eventually came, like after almost an hour of agony. She, yeah. So they rushed her to the hospital, and we went. We basically went as soon as possible to the same hospital. We had to wait for news. She, I'm not gonna get like too detailed, but like basically like what happened was they had to like confirm stuff with me, like, cause I was basically the only next of kin in the vicinity. So I had to like give them permission to do anything to her. So for like 8 hours after we got to the hospital, it's just a lot of waiting. And every 2 hours they would come out to me and give me like bad news. Like, oh my god. Sure, are you comfortable with it? Thank you, Zen. Every couple hours, it's just like, oh my god, man. And it's more like, um, they're basically hinting that they can't do anything about it. Like it's like so like I don't know how to feel. Like I'd rather you guys like, you know, save it until you can do something. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, your mom has a fracture. You know what I mean? Oh, we just did an X-ray. Like your mom like has a fracture in her ribs, and like three of her ribs were fractured. I was like, okay, and they were like, okay. Um, they said like it's gonna hurt, but like it'll heal by itself. And I was like, okay, it's gonna heal by itself. That's a good thing. And they were like, then 2 hours later, like they would come up to me and be like, okay, so your mom's brain is bleeding. So we have to send her to like the red area, right? Like that's like the emergency area. They told me my mom's brain was bleeding out. So I was like, okay. Like it, oh my god. I don't know what the doctor expected from me, but like she as soon as she said that, she just stood there and waited for my reaction. I was so fucking triggered. You know what I mean? Like what do you want me? Yo, what's up, Zami? Welcome to the stream. I'm just like, okay, like what, so what now, right? Like why do you have to wait for me to ask that? Yeah, it was a government hospital. An hour after that, she came out. So we don't have any ICU beds in the hospital. So like at the moment we can't do anything. We can't send her into surgery because we don't have any ICU beds. It's just like, oh my god, man. Just like, and there, and she was just like, oh, so what we're gonna do now is like, we're gonna we're gonna consult with our consultants and see what we can do. Dude, I don't know, man. Like I cried like fucking like 4 times while I was like in this 8 hour time period. I kept like I cried like maybe like 3 to 4 times because like I felt like so helpless. But like I told my family what, like I had to update my family on what was happening. So that's basically all I did. Like I was just staring at the floor and like updating my family. Like that's all I did and cried. Cuz that's all I could do. I couldn't do anything. And like 2 hours after that, they're just like, "All right, we can, what we have to do now is stitch her head up temporarily cuz like she's to like avoid any further bleeding." That was actually before when they told me they were out of ICU beds. I got the order wrong. Yo, what's up, Jason? Thanks for joining the raid. Then, yeah. On the 8th hour, the doctor came up to me and was like, okay, uh, the private hospitals, the private hospital has like ICU beds. And like, we can either wait for an ambulance to like pick her up and send her there, or you can drive her yourself, which would be like a lot faster. So of course we're gonna drive her there ourselves. Oh my god, man. Okay, here's another triggering part of like the whole story. Like as we were bringing my mom into the car to be transported to the private hospital, like there were like 3 nurses. There were like 4 nurses, right? And like they had the audacity to ask me, to kind of force me to like be the one to like carry my mom into the car. I'm just like like I'm just like, what the fuck? Just like, why? And it was like they're kind of rude about it too, because it was just like it was not like it was not like because there were 3 female nurses and like a fairly big sized guy, right? So like I would understand if they told me to do it because I had more strength. But like the freaking like the guy was like, "Oh, can you like do the carrying like of most of the load of her weight?" Okay. I was just like, whatever. At the time, I was just like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna fucking argue, like with you pieces of shits, right? So I held her, and they were just like kind of shouting at me. It was at that point, you know that line between like speaking loud and shouting. They were like fucking like all over that line, man. I was about to like fucking punch someone. They were just like, no, you're holding her wrong and shit. I was just like, this is your fucking job. Like, why am I fucking carrying her? I'm not professionally trained to nurse my mom. Like, what? And like, this is knowing she has fucking 3 fractured ribs. Like, for fuck's sakes, man. How? Oh my god. Okay, anyways. Yeah. Mayo, thank you so much for the 8 months. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a good day.
Welcome back, Sean.
Mayo, I hope you're feeling better today. I know you were sick yesterday. Anyways, so Okay, at the private hospital. Oh my god, there's so many triggering things, dude. Like, imagine like you waited like 8 hours for her to be like transported to where they can actually do something about her freaking brain bleeding. Okay, my mom's okay. Like, she's like almost fully recovered. Like, she just has like mild headaches every now and then. Like, I should have started with this. I'm so sorry. I should have started with my mom is okay. No, she miraculously she is okay. Everyone's understaffed now because of COVID. They had 4 nurses like on the spot, but like they still made me like fucking carry her. I don't understand, man. Remember, don't get the treatment they should get. That is true. But the triggering thing is like there is enough staff around, like the vicinity. So that's what kind of triggered me a bit. But thank you guys. Thank you for the wishes. I'll let her know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll tell her to watch this VOD. I'll tell her to watch the VOD. See how much love she's getting from you guys. Um. Okay, another triggering thing. When we got to the hospital, like we were at the reception, and I had to like register for her, and they didn't do anything until I finished like signing the fucking documents. I was so pissed, man. Like, can you guys like bring her in? Like, you know, put her on a bed. You know, she's gonna go inside anyway. She's not like a mass murdering criminal, right? It's not like you can't bring her into the hospital while I'm signing the documents. I was like, what's wrong? There's like no sense of urgency. They didn't like nurse her. They didn't like take her in. So yeah, that was triggering. So after like filling it up, brought her in on the hospital. Then we met like the neurosurgeon. Super cool guy. Super. I think a lot of you guys would think he's like super hot. he's like 6'2". No, not 6'2". Like 6'1". He's like good looking Asian dude with glasses. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Alright. I have to read a porn title. Alright. Alright. Gym where women are forced to give molesters a special workout. Are you shrimping over the neurosurgeon? Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, so he showed me the CAT scan. Like he showed me where it was bleeding and stuff. Oh yeah, I was shrimping for him. Like he's probably like maybe like 27 or 28. If I had to guess, and like he's like it's like so much more intelligent and successful than I am. So I'm just like, you know, this guy's cool. And he treats the nurses like shit. So like, you know, when the nurses are being like kind of lazy, like he would like fucking like he would talk shit about them, which like I really appreciated. But yeah. Um so I had to sign like even more documents. I had to like make sure her insurance was like valid. Just make sure everything went smooth, like despite her being in pain the whole time. I had to sign like maybe like 5, 6 different like papers, like set of papers. But yeah, so she went into surgery. I came home. I rushed back home because I was like starving. I ate and I passed out. I passed out for a good like 14 hours after that because I was like so mentally and physically exhausted. Then yeah, so I was like super traumatized like that day. After the surgery, everything was fine. Like apparently like she only needed like two 3 gallons of oxygen or something. Like I don't know if I'm getting that measurement right. I'm not a professional. 3 out of 19. Like that's how well she did during the surgery. So it's like pretty good. So it was like super super lucky. There's like no like there's no like post surgery complications so far. So yeah, my mom was super super lucky. Then okay, then I had to like stay in the hospital with her while she recovered, and like it was still painful watching her recover because she's in pain the whole time. Her head's like she had like massive headaches and stuff, which is like super painful. But other than that, like okay, here's the thing, okay? None of us knew why she fell until my uncle went up to my neighbor who had like a CCTV camera of the scene. Unfortunately, like it's from the side, so like we can't identify like the vehicle or the person. I watched someone snatch a bag off my mom, and she fucking like fell, like really it was a horrific scene, dude. Sounds really traumatizing. I was like it was like legit trauma. I've never felt like trauma since I was like super young when I had like night terrors, but like this was something. This was a refresher of what trauma feels like. The footage was like so oh my god, it was so disgusting, dude. Like watching my mom get like hurt like that is like the most like frustrating thing you can do because you can't do anything about it. Like you don't know who that person is. Like that person's out there somewhere in the world, probably like fucking like enjoying life. Probably, maybe not enjoying life. Like if he's like sad enough to like snatch something from an old woman. But oh god, man. Like dude, imagine falling so hard that like for maybe like half a second, like a moment, like the only thing touching the ground is your head here and your shoulder. That's the only thing touching the ground. That's how hard she fell. Like her legs were like airborne. Like it was fucking disgusting, man. Anyways, so I watched it like knowing that even probably the cops can't do anything about it. The only thing we have is like a blue bike and a red shirt. That's all we saw. What's even more disgusting is the person passed my mom, right? And they fucking U-turned and they did that. That's so disgusting, man. I'll probably make a video out of this. Maybe show my mom my point of my side of the story. I don't think I've properly told my mom like how I felt, like about the whole thing. Apart from like I was worried the whole time. Oh, by the way, the fucking bag the snatcher snatched, it was just recyclable trash. So imagine like if you were in that biker's like POV the biker, right? You snatched a woman. He turned back, by the way. He like in the camera you can see that he saw my mom fall and like pass the fuck out. Like imagine seeing what you did to a poor old woman and all you got was recycled trash. That's disgusting, right? So I think a valuable lesson out of this is like whoever you're close to, just appreciate them. Cause I don't want to sound like some like edgy emo fuck, but like just appreciate the people you're with, cause you never know what's gonna happen, man. Like there's no way, like one day something can just happen like that, and like someone you're close to can just like be gone. Yeah, I'm sorry if I triggered anyone. I'm sorry if I made your blood boil. But thank you for sharing your emotions with me. That's basically what I've been dealing with the past month or so. Like, I was literally like not in the mood to like do anything for like after that incident. I was like I just felt like lethargic as fuck. I just wanted to sleep like 24/7. Like I just didn't want to wake up. Like I was like so traumatized. But I really hope something like this won't happen to you or any of your family members. Cause man, yeah, that's basically it to the story.